everyone. Caren Glasser here, and welcome to Caren Glasser Live. I welcome guests from all across the globe who entertain us, wow us, and excite us. And today is no exception. So whether you're here live or on replay, make sure you say hi in the comments. Today's show is brought to you by Hasmark Publishing International, your #1 co-publishing company in the world who services authors on a global scale. And today I welcome Maria Steuer to the show. Maria is a renowned pediatrician and family therapist based in Germany. She specializes in examining the root cause of childhood behavioral patterns. She's experienced the ups and downs of raising 3 of her own children, and as a doctor for Germany's education system, she has advised more than 20,000 parents on childhood behavioral issues. Her mission today is to help parents around the world realize how their own childhood experiences influence their habits, expectations, and belief systems. She also helps parents understand how they can unconsciously transmit these habits and expectations and their beliefs to their children. So without further ado, I bring Maria into the show. How are you, Maria? Welcome.
I am wonderful. Thank you very much, Caren. How are you?
I am doing really, really well. I'm so excited to have you on the show. Your book is, the topic of it, of course, is just, it's a great topic, and we're going to jump into that in just a second. I want to thank you. You're coming in from Germany. So we are actually doing the show in different time zones, which is always fun, especially when the time changes in one country and not the other.
Yeah, great.
which is kind of crazy. I don't really get that all the time, but that's the way it is. So today's topic is actually the title of your book, Breaking Your Loyalty Contract, Shattering the Mirror Effect Between Parents and Children. So jumping in, how long have you been writing? And when did you decide you wanted to write?
Oh, I started in February when I wanted to go to a seminar to Toronto. And I stuck because of the Corona crisis and the lockdown. And I was there in Canada. And I lived in a small house for 2 months by myself. And then I started writing the book.
It gave you something to do, I guess, while you were stuck in the house.
To structure the day and to have something to do, yeah.
Oh my gosh. You're a pediatrician and a family therapist. Writing this book was actually a natural progression for you, right? I mean, you took your knowledge, your experience, and that's how this book came about.
Yeah, I took my knowledge from the last 30 years in the book, and I tried to write it in short and understandable sentences. And really short. It's only 66 pages, I think, so that everybody is able to read it to the end and not stop after 50 pages because there are 100 left. And because I really want every parent to have the possibility to read the whole book.
That makes me laugh because I totally get that. You've got me, because I tend to, I get too far into a book and it's like, oh gosh, there's another, 100, 200 pages. So you're a woman after my own thoughts here. So why did you write this book? What was the actual inspiration for writing this particular book?
The inspiration is that when I am a mother already. I am a mother of 3, and when they were young, I had a lot of issues when I tried to follow how to raise a child. It's like to do this, and then it doesn't work with my children or with me and my children. And then I thought maybe I'm wrong, or the children are wrong, or something like this. And there is no possibility really to raise children with how-to comments. You have to find out why you react like you react, and then you will find your own individual way to raise children.
So you want to help parents actually realize how their own childhood experiences influence their habits, expectations, and belief systems. Why is that so important?
Yeah, because, when your experience from your childhood is that boys are difficult to raise, then you have the expectation to your own boy that he will be difficult. And then your boy, he feels that, and he gives you the good that he is complicated and difficult to raise. And you will not be a smart one, because your expectation from your childhood leads the child to be as you expect him to be.
Are you saying that we as parents actually are responsible for some of the things, the negative things that our kids do, and we don't even know that we're doing it?
Yeah, I go a step further. I say a misbehavior of a child is an indicator for a parent to investigate their own childhood, and not to just change the how to educate. It's really to have a look in your own childhood, and why do you think about, or why where your habit came from, or you have to investigate your childhood and not see what's wrong with the child. It's really your own experiences is the A and the O, we say in Germany.
So give me an example. Give me an example how something from a parent's own experiences, beliefs actually plays a role in their kids. Can you give me an example?
Oh, maybe a child has a mother that has or is depressive, has a depression. And then the child, because of her own childhood, she wasn't allowed to have fun and be happy. So she separated this part of her personality and wasn't allowed to express happiness. And then she will not be fun and happy with her child. And then the same thing is again there, that the child isn't allowed to be happy and have fun because the mother will not do it. And then, there happens another thing on the subconscious mind, that now the child feels that the child miss a part of the personality. And then the child give this part of its personality as a gift to the mother, because the child thinks, when I give my fun and happiness to my mother, then she will be complete, and then she will allow me to be happy and have fun. But the mother will not accept that gift. So nobody, nor the mother nor the child, do live this part of their personality.
So that sounds very frustrating to me as a child, I'm sure. I mean, it's like they're trying, and yet on the other hand, the parent is moving forward what they brought from their child on forward. So you titled, if you're just tuning in, everyone, we're talking with Maria about her book, Breaking the Loyalty Contract. What's the significance of the title?
Yeah, as I just declared, is when you break your loyalty contract with your parent and you say, I'm no longer responsible for your hurts of your childhood, then you are able to take your part of your personality that you gave as a gift in your subconscious back to you, and you can live that part of your personality and live your whole aspects of your personality.
And you talk about shattering the mirror effect. So what is the mirror effect exactly?
Yeah. The mirror effect is that in this family I described the forbidden to be forbidden happy and to be happy and have fun goes from one generation to the next generation, and nobody is happy in this family I described. And this is mirror, mirror, mirror.
So, I mean, obviously, you're able to bring a lot of your background into this. I mean, or all of your background. You're a pediatrician, you're a therapist. So you come to this not just as a storyteller, you come to this as an expert in your field. You understand children, you're a pediatrician, you're a therapist, you understand how the brain works. That puts you in a unique position, I would think, to be able to approach this topic. Not everyone would be able to approach the topic the way you are approaching this. What do you hope readers are going to take away from this book? I mean, they're going to read it. It's short, you said. So they're going to read the book. And what do you hope they do after they finish this book?
Yeah, the first thing is that they have a bigger awareness about what happens, and that they think about, because the most things you can investigate because you remember the feelings from your childhood. And the next step may be they ask questions, and I will answer all the questions and help them finding out what kind of their experiences from their childhood are stopping them from living this today as an adult. And it's really easy, because when you are a parent, then you get the misbehavior of a child as an indicator. If you are not a parent, you can withdraw a relationship when a relationship brings you to the limit. Just close the door and say, I will no longer be together with you. And then you are not changing and not investigating. And a child is, the relationships last a whole life. And then you have no possibility to withdraw the relationship. You cannot say after 3 years, oh, I do not like the child any longer. Who wants this child? I take another one, as you can do it with relationships.
Right. You say that's an interesting point. You say explore your childhood. What does it mean to explore your childhood? Does that dig deep? Do you go into psychoanalysis? What does that mean to explore your childhood?
It means that you figure out what feelings or what repetition feels familiar to you. And you can feel if you repeat things every day, every time, or every situation, and you are not really happy and satisfied how you react, then you can remember, when was the first situation when I felt like this? And then step by step, you go deeper or in younger areas of your life. And then you are able to see how you repeat it and get an idea about what kind of personality you missed with your parents. And then maybe you can try to visualize how parents had been that were suitable for you. And then it's not just do it and then stop having these issues.
That would be nice, right? That would be really nice. Just say, just do it. I know that your vision is to create a worldwide awareness of the developmental essential needs of children. So how can we do that? What does that exactly look like?
Yeah, everybody should know what the essential needs of children are in the world. And so we should cherish mothers and parents about the work they do. And we should, when everyone knows what children need, then there is another awareness. And we do not judge parents about when their child shows misbehavior. And we have more knowledge about this. I think that this would change a lot of things. So maybe if you look at the essential needs of a baby, the baby needs one relationship to one person and not changing relationships. They really need a one-to-one care. So this is one point we often do not recognize, that this is really important for a little baby.
And I'm sure that comes into play for kids that are in foster care, or they're born to mothers who give them up and they don't have that bonding with the mother. So when you say essential, you are specifically referring to the psyche, to the what they need from a psychiatric or a psychology way, or essential needs, they need to be fed a certain kind of food. Would that play?
No, these are the emotional needs. Not psychotic, or we have physical needs and emotional needs, and a lot of time we ignore the emotional needs, the essential emotional needs. When you the child that is crying has a high level of the stress hormone cortisol, and you have to calm them down. They are not able to do this by themselves. To get the stress hormone level increased, and this is decreased. Sorry.
Right.
And then these are things you should know, that it's not good if you leave the child or the baby by themselves and wait until they stop crying. You have to go and calm them down. It's a little aspect of what the essential emotional needs are.
So let's talk about the process of writing. This is your first book, right? You did this in a couple of months. You were stuck in your space and you wrote this book. Was it an enjoyable process? Do you plan on doing it again?
So you want to hear the truth?
Always the truth.
No, it's a really hard process, and to get it done in this short, concise way, and break all the stuff down to us, down to understandable words and sentences. I think I would like to create a workbook for parents now. So they are more able to go through it and work on it, just not only give them ideas and then they are alone with their ideas. I would like to create a workbook and maybe do something like memberships, so they can get me live and ask me questions, and I could go with them part of the way to investigate their childhood.
So workbook is next. Not necessarily you writing another book at this point. You're not quite there yet that you want to do another book.
Not quite yet, but I will let you know.
Please do, and you'll come back on and we'll talk about it. When you wrote this, did you first write it as an outline and then you wrote around the outline, or just you just sat down and the words just came out and you just started writing?
No, I first wrote down the chapters, and the way I found it was the most asked questions from parents I got. And there were the 7 most asked questions, and I set them as the chapter lines. And then I tried to get these filled with content. And, I had a lot of examples to declare how, or to explain the theory with practical examples. Then it was very easy when I got this, yeah. But the other difficult thing was to get it in proper English, so that everyone in English would understand it. There are a lot of terms in German, they do not fit with English language. Yeah. So
this has been published in English as well as, was it also published in German?
No, it's only in English. And the most German people speak English, but the most English-speaking people do not speak German, only read German. So I thought, yeah.
But your goal was to get this to an English-speaking world. So wherever those English-speaking people are in the United States, in this case, that's where we're doing the show from, is to do this. What is the best advice that you can give to somebody who has a book inside of them, and they're thinking, you know what, now's the time to do it. I listened to Maria talk. She took advantage of something that was going on in our world. What is the best advice you can give somebody who's decided, you know what, I think I have a book in me? How do you tell them to start?
Just believe in yourself and think that you can do it, and start. You can then correct those things, because it's a process. And every day you will get better in this process. And then it's from day to day, it's easier to write your book out from the head onto the paper.
So I want to show a copy of the book in the screen right now. It's called Breaking Your Loyalty Contract, Shattering the Mirror Effect Between Parents and Children. A link to the book is sitting in the comments right now. So make sure you go take a look at it, because we'd love for you to go pick up a copy of the book. We know that this is going to be something that's beneficial, I really believe, no matter what age your kids are. I have older kids. I have a 35 and a 47-year-old kid. Children. They're not children at this point. They're adults. They're young adults. But I am sure that the concepts and the ideas that you have mentioned in your book and that you write about in your book I'm going to be able to relate to as a parent. And might not be able to do as much as I could have done when my kids were younger in terms of changing my ways. But certainly it's something that I think all parents, no matter how old their children are, would you agree, would benefit from this?
Yeah, although the children or the kids are older, when they see that you change your habit or your paradigm or your loyalty contract, then you function as a role model for them, and this is independent from their age, so they can see it's possible to change, and then maybe they find their own way to get rid of the loyalty contracts they have with you. And maybe you are able to talk about with them about what you maybe would have done in another way if you had known it before.
Sort of do as I do, not as I say. So as we as parents, as we change and we elevate ourselves and we think back in terms of how our past has affected who we are today, and it's we make those changes, it makes perfect sense that no matter what age our children are, if they see that change, they might be willing to address those changes in themselves. For those of you, I'm sure there's a lot of you are wondering, how do we stay in touch with Maria? We're going to let you know. You can go to her website, mariasteuer.com. We can go over to her publisher, Hasmark Publishing International. They're the sponsor of our show today. I encourage you to check them out. They are an amazing organization. They have some awesome writers. They're the ones who introduced me to you, Maria. So I'm thrilled and I thank them for that. And I know that you have a YouTube channel. So we want to encourage people to go search for you on YouTube just by putting your name in there into the search engine and your channel will show up. What can they expect to find over on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, we just did a promotion video about the book and a really great review from the woman who edited the book. I'm really grateful for that video. And then I start 2 different formats on YouTube. One is one topic, 2 authors. It's every week I talk to another author about the book, and it's only short, 4 to 5 minutes. And next week I will start to answer questions I receive via email, and every second day I take 1 email, answer the question, and that's it. So if you are interested, it only takes you a few minutes to listen to that. And if you are interested, you can send me your questions and I will answer this on this one.
That's really great. I'm so glad you told us that, because I want people now, really, I'm going to put the your channel back up. I want people to go on over there and listen to these and send your questions in. That's really great what you're doing. That's awesome. And I really like it also that you're doing them short and sweet. You really are a woman after my own heart.
Oh, thank you.
I think that a lot of us make the mistake of going like so long and we just keep going and going and going, and people are like going, I'm done already. I'm done. And so I really appreciate this. I appreciate that you do them short and sweet, and I'm going to be absolutely checking out your YouTube channel. And all of our listeners, whether you're here live or on on live or on replay, if you have a question, send it in to Maria. She might just answer it on YouTube. How cool would that be on a video? That would be awesome. Any last minute thoughts you'd like to share with our audience right now?
Maybe don't be confused because I'm too short in answering questions. You said you are short too, but I heard that only Germans are really short. And
no, I am very short. I'm short and sweet. If I'm bored, I figure everybody else must be bored.
Okay.
So I get that. Yeah. But so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. So don't you want people not to mistake your doing short answers for?
Yeah. And so please, if you feel misunderstood, ask again. I will give my best to give the best answers you can understand. You will understand.
I think that's a great thing to say for anything. If you don't understand, ask again.
Yeah.
If it doesn't make sense, ask again. I think that goes in line with everything in life. If you don't understand something, ask again. Maria, thank you for sharing that. You heard it here first. Guys, we know that you have a choice as to how you spend your time. You chose to spend it with us today. We are very, very grateful for that. Go out and give somebody an awesome day, and we'll see you next time on Caren Glasser Live. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.